Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking Transformers, and most specifically Bumblebee the Movie, which is set for release in December of 2018. And today we have some very exciting news, because it has been confirmed that we will see more classic Transformers set to appear in Bumblebee. Now this detail is coming from Discussing Film, and it does contain spoilers, so if you don't want to hear some spoilers about the film, then it might be best to click away now, so you have been warned. But Discussing Film have confirmed a few things here in an exclusive, so I have listed this article via the link in the description box below so you can read the full article for yourself. But I haven't seen this information come from Paramount or Travis Knight. So unless it was said at San Diego Comic-Con, and again I saw quite a lot of the San Diego Comic-Con clips, but I didn't hear this. So I find this an interesting article. But what it says, because we're going to read a couple of extracts out. Now we already know that there was a G1 hologram of Optimus Prime shown at San Diego Comic-Con. That was shown as part of the footage. And we know that the Transformers will visit their home planet, or Bumblebee will visit his home planet. And that's where I assume the G1 hologram of Optimus Prime comes in. Possibly. But, we know this detail, but there wasn't much else that came from that at the time. Travis Knight spoke about, the Decepticons and how many we would have. And he said there were three main Decepticon villains, and that was Dropkick, Shatter, and Blitzwing. The controversial Blitzwing that everybody thought was Starscream. But he did confirm those three Decepticons. But nowhere did I see it listed that he confirmed there would be more classic Transformers on Cybertron, although you would think that. We've got to be honest, you'd expect that, because of course there should be plenty of Transformers roaming Cybertron, no matter at what stage of the Cybertronian war we are at. They're either going to be there in peace prior to the war, or they're going to be fighting it out. Autobots versus Decepticons. But this article reads like this. So here are a few extracts from the article. We can confirm, this is Discussing Film, we can confirm that the film will open on Cybertron and will be briefly visited later again. Fans of Transformers Generation 1 will be pleased, for the film will showcase many iconic Autobots and Decepticons, all which sport designs identical to their 1980s cartoon counterpart. Now, got a big question here, because like I said, I haven't seen this confirmed by Travis Knight anywhere else, to be honest. I didn't see him say this at Comic-Con. I wasn't there, but I didn't see him actually say this in any extracts. There was quite a lot of reporters posting, what he was saying, but this never was said, to be honest with you, because one thing that I found interesting about this point and this confirmed article, and I'm not questioning that it's not legit, but it's just very new to me, that we're saying that we're going to see identical designs to the 1980s cartoon counterparts, yet we have a Blitzwing that looks like Starscream. So, and the reason why Travis Knight didn't use Starscream was because he said that the Michael Bay version of Starscream was iconic, so he couldn't use that, and he went with someone else. But that Blitzwing should look like this if we're going with the identical 1980s cartoon counterpart. So I'm just saying that, it's said there, but we've already seen that not to be true from what we've actually seen in terms of what's been disclosed already by Paramount Pictures. So let me go on, because of course this article actually saying of who we're talking about here as well. And again, I find this very interesting because we've seen these Decepticons before. So let me just read you this extract. So this is another part of the article. 3 standouts in the film are Soundwave, Shockwave and Cliffjumper. Note these are only brief cameos and most of them are not speaking roles. Blitzwing, Dropkick and Shatter are the only Decepticon key players in the film. And just a note on Optimus Prime, it does say as well that Optimus Prime, once again voiced by Peter Cullen, which we know, has a role larger than a brief cameo, but do not expect to see him engage in any action on Earth. One should expect his classic 80s design to look just as good as they'd imagined it to be. So the main takeaway here in terms of Decepticons is Soundwave, Shockwave and Cliffjumper. Now we've seen Soundwave and Shockwave before. We haven't seen Cliffjumper in a Transformers live action movie, but we've definitely seen Soundwave. He was in the sky originally, he came down to Earth in Transformers Dark of the Moon, and he didn't look anything like his G1 counterpart. Do you know what I mean? So I just find this very interesting because it kind of blows the whole comment from Travis Knight out of the water in why they didn't use the original look for Blitzwing. So, or why they just didn't go with using Starscream, to be honest with you, because of course if you're going to do the same with Soundwave and Shockwave, what's the difference of doing it with Starscream? So very interesting this. Cliffjumper will be interesting. We've never seen him before in a Transformers live action movie, but I think the focus here is around the whole reasoning of not going with Starscream when quite clearly that image that we saw in teaser trailer 1 looks like Starscream, and the reason was because the Starscream Michael Bay designed was iconic. But then we're gonna get, you know, the G1 versions of Soundwave and Shockwave in some sort of cameo role in the film, but it's okay to use them in how they originally looked. So you let me know in the comment section below what you think of this, because I think there's more than meets the eye with that detail. So I just find that all very interesting when you look back at what Travis Knight's been saying at Comic-Con, and then you look at what's been confirmed here, and then you begin to question, well, why would they do that? Because there was a reason why they didn't do that. So I want to get your views and opinions on all of this in the comment section below. Very interesting to hear that we're going to get to see quite a prominent role from Optimus Prime. It's more than just a cameo. So Optimus Prime is going to be doing a bit more than just seeing him on Cybertron briefly. And I do think there might be some narration from Optimus Prime throughout the film, and the G1 hologram, I'm expecting that maybe will be later on in the film. I think we're going to see Prime on Cybertron initially at the opening of this film, maybe as part of the Cybertronian War, which obviously we've been told B fleds from and comes to planet Earth, in which Blitzwing, Dropkick and Shatter, you know, are off to apprehend him, classing him as a Cybertronian fugitive. So very interesting. I think it's very exciting that we're going to get to see Soundwave and Shockwave in their original forms. I actually love the Transformers Dark of the Moon version of Shockwave. I think that looks epic. I mean, it doesn't look, you know, leaps and bounds away from the original G1 version in terms of, you know, the head sculpt. He had the all-seeing eye, you know, so there was a good resemblance there. But obviously I think what Travis Knight would do is make things a lot more simplified. So we're not going to see, you know, millions of parts to him, whereas what we've seen with Bumblebee is it's just a simple version of him. So I think we'll see the same with Soundwave and Shockwave. It'd be cool if we could see the tape decks from Soundwave in action, you know, him maybe letting out Ravage to attack. I'd love to see something like that. That'd be amazing, because again we saw Ravage featured, but he was kind of blasted out of Soundwave in the Transformers. I think it was Revenge of the Fallen. Was it Revenge of the Fallen? Yes, I think it was. But I'd like to see, you know, him actually have the tape deck and, you know, send out some of his minions to attack during the war. So if it is a cameo and we don't get to see them speaking, maybe that is because it's in mid-battle. But anyway, I want to get your views and opinions on this. I think the main talking point here is all about this whole reasoning why we didn't get the version of Starscream when we know that looks like Starscream, but it isn't, it's Blitzwing. And the reason was, well, no, iconic design, Michael Bay, don't want to touch that, but we're quite happy to go and touch Soundwave and Shockwave because Michael Bay's version weren't that iconic. So anyway, let me know what you think, and obviously don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I have linked again to the Discussing Film article via the description box below. Check them out, read the full article, see what you take away from it, and of course get involved in the comment section because I want to hear your views and opinions on this. What do you think in terms of that reasoning that Travis Knight gave? Is that legit now? And why is it okay and acceptable to, you know, not touch the design, what Michael Bay created for Starscream, but it's okay to touch the Shockwave and the Soundwave designs? Go figure, because I can't work that out. And also, what do you think Optimus Prime's role will be in the film? It sounds like it's more than what we expected. A cameo is what I thought, but seems to be more. Is he going to do some narration? Is it going to be flashbacks to him? That's why we get a G1 hologram. Is it going to be a reference point for Bumblebee? So much to talk about from this article. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again on the channel, but get involved. Let me know what you think. And as always, please rate, comment and subscribe. And if you do have any interesting Bumblebee the Movie information for me, you can always follow me on Twitter at Delzinski and on Instagram if you want to send me Transformers fan art. And of course you might find that those discussions or that fan art will appear on the channel. I love interacting with you guys. It's the best way to do so, so make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. So get involved and please rate, comment and subscribe. This is Delzinski, signing out.